Everyday girls, where you at? Holla if you hear me. Everyday girls, strike a pose now if you with me. Everyday girls, where you at? Holla if you hear me. Strike a pose now, let get litty. Everyday girls, where you at? Holla if you hear me. Everyday girls, strike a pose now, let get litty. What we gotta say might be different, but we be really out here every day, trying to live it up. We just set the tone and we switch it out the blue. Show up every 24, that's just what we do. Said you need a break, so sister, here's your invitation. We just made it, catch a little phase for your meditation. Let me do it. Everyday girls, where you at? Holla if you hear me. Everyday girls, strike a pose now, let get litty. What we gotta say might be different, but we be really out here every day, trying to live it up. What we doing?
Welcome back to Everyday Girls, where girls just want to laugh, love well, and make lasting connections. Happy New Year to everybody.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to ya. Happy New Year to ya. Happy New Year. Just try to harmonize. New Year.
We're supposed to stay up.
I didn't know what you was doing. I thought we was on the same wave. Well, Happy New Year to our listeners. What you do for New Year?
Girl, I was with my man.
What did y'all do? I already know, but I gotta pretend like I don't.
Let me say mine first, as yours is more exciting. No, me and Terrence stayed in. The kids, we put them to bed around 9:00, and then we just partied like it was 1999.
What is y'all version of partying into?
We had a little drink, you know what I'm saying?
But where did you get the drink?
From our basement.
Yo, I like full detailed stories, and Kristen just be giving little small parts.
Let me just start over.
Please.
So me and Terrence had decided to stay in with the kids. We were looking for something to drink so we could toast at midnight. And so he went in our little stash and he pulls out this big bottle of Remy from who, I don't know. Thank you to whoever gifted us that, because I don't know who did. Along with 4 other bottles of wine. So we set it up. He set up our strobe light after we put the kids to bed. We party, we dance, we made love.
Okay. We get a little X-rated.
We did. We just had such a great time. We played games. We was goofing. We was dancing. And that's how we brought in our New Year. Oh, yeah. Then around midnight, we got hungry and we made some burgers and fries.
Sounds like a good time. It sounds like y'all brought in a New Year with a bang, literally.
All right, now. What was yours like?
I was very excited for my New Year, mainly because it looked completely different than my New Year from the previous year, which was a shit show. It was pretty miserable. It was like at the height of a bad relationship. And so how I brought in the New Year was exactly how my year went. I do wholeheartedly believe in that now. But my New Year this year was amazing. Like, I could not have had a better New Year. I got to bring it in with both family and friends, and my family got together at a hotel. We got a room and just partied in this room. It was so fun. We danced, we sang. Matter of fact, I made the plans with friends before my family plans came together. Right. And by the time it was time to leave to go hang out with my friends, I did not want to go. I'm like, oh my God, how could it get any better than this? I love my family. My family is really close knit and we just have a good time together. So I did have to leave because I had I had obligations with friends for New Year's as well. But that ended up being fun too. And so I just was so grateful that I brought in my New Year with my family, my children, and then my friends as well. Because for me, that is a really good look at how my New Year or my year is going to go. So that was fun.
You were surrounded by love, genuine, pure, honest love.
I was surrounded by love. And it felt really, really good.
And so how's your New Year been so far since then?
Amazing. It's going well. I know it's only mid-January, but I feel like it's just been full of just hope and positivity, and I haven't had a lot of bad days, and it's just been, my life just looks so different right now than it has in the past couple years, and I'm excited. I feel like alive. I don't feel like The Walking Dead. I feel good. I feel great.
Well, you deserve to feel alive. I agree with that sentiment too. My year so far has been amazing, and been intentional, and I feel like you have to be intentional too. And so with that, what is your word for the new year? I know people do New Year's resolutions, but I like to do like a theme for each year. So what's your theme or your
I know,
word?
because I know you said that you at the tea with Mommy Jan did the word.
Yes.
So I like that. My word is selfish, but not in a negative way.
Okay.
I know when people think of selfish, they think of like the negative connotation, but I feel like for me, it's just my version of that is going to look like me putting myself first before I put other people. Notoriously, I've done for others before I've done for myself, and that's left me with an empty cup. And I'm not saying that that's going to stop, but I'm going to treat myself on an equal plane that I have with other people. So I'm gonna be
a little bit of a higher plane, maybe.
Hey, it's already begun. I was trying to be humble. It's already begun. I feel like I have been doing that and doing things for myself. And it's been an uncomfortable shift for a lot of people around me, but I feel great.
But you said you trying to be humble, but I feel like humility begins with knowing exactly who you are and being so confident in that to the point where you can genuinely be humble and then say, okay, I can humble myself because I know who I am. Whereas when you're not humble or whatever, you have to overcompensate for that insecurity. So anyway, I just want to say
I love that.
Yes.
That's very true.
So real humility starts with treating yourself right and knowing who you are and being a little bit selfish.
Okay, girl.
That's just my definition.
Well, what's your word for the new year?
I think my word for the new year, I think two is, one is elevate and the other is reaping. Okay. I feel like I've been doing a lot of like sowing and preparing and gathering and waiting, and I feel like now's the time for my family to elevate, from me as an individual to elevate, and then also to reap the blessings that I feel like I've sown out, and I'm ready for it. I'm like open arms, ready for everything. And the blessings it is not all financial or monetary. The blessings is just good health and feeling the richness of family and feeling secure in my relationships and having healthy relationships. So just elevation and reaping.
I feel like you are at that peak now, because when you feel like your life is about to shift and change, it's so uncomfortable. You feel the uncomfortable in your body, and I feel like after that transition, you begin to feel really, really good. And I feel like you're right at the peak, at the beginning of that feeling really good and ready to take on whatever life brings with open arms. So I'm really proud of you.
And I feel like you've had to remind me of that a couple times about the uncomfortable feeling, because sometimes you can get caught up in it, but it's like, no, you got to keep your eyes on the prize. This uncomfortable feeling is a result of you doing what you're supposed to be doing. And so thanks.
So thanks.
But really, I do thank you, and I'm thankful for just the experiences that I've had over the past few years. Me and Terrence had our 7-year anniversary.
Woo!
We had our 7-year anniversary celebration. It felt different than any other anniversary that we've ever had. Last year, as you know, we didn't even celebrate. Mm-hmm. And today I got on a Terrence and Kristen Infinity shirt. Like, I'm like promoting us. So things can just change so much from year to year. Like, I could relate to you. My year was not the bomb last year. And like, here I am now. And so I just want to pause and say, no matter how your year has begun, even if it started off bad, you still have the power to change it, and better is in the future for you.
And also, what you manifest and the work that you put in,
yes,
it will become fruitful. It'll become what your life actually is in reality, because I feel like you and Terrence have worked so hard to just be healthy and be happy, and it shows now, and you guys are living proof that if you put in the work, you can have a successful marriage. Me, on the other hand, have put so much work into myself and just making sure that I'm happy and I'm whole, and getting therapy and just consuming positive things, whether it's something I'm reading or YouTube video of affirmations. Just what you're consuming and the work that you're putting into yourself, it will pay off. So
I agree.
Don't sit in it.
Right.
Do something about it.
Exactly. And even if you're married or single or whatever, you have to put work into yourself, because I find that this past year, although difficult, it started off difficult. I feel like I did not let that defeat me. I was intentional about, one, surrendering my pain to God, and then also really finding out what Kristen needs and wants every single day. Like, you cannot just be living in the world and not pay attention to yourself. You have to search for yourself every single day and find yourself. Don't just search and be looking. No, find yourself. Answer the questions that your soul and your body is longing for. And the way that I do that is by devotion, is by praying, is by constantly staying connected to different people who are doing the same thing. Find yourself, and then the best parts of you will spill over. And not only will they spill over, it'll attract the right people.
It'll definitely attract the right people. And that's what I'm most looking forward to in my newfound self and getting to know myself and really putting myself first.
It's already began.
Okay. Okay, calm down.
It's already began.
Well, and it has. And I feel like that energy that you put out there, that energy that I've been putting out there, is attracting very like-minded, similar individuals who can, help me along the way, instead of somebody sucking the life out of me, because that's who I've attracted, and I'm just helping them along the way, but I'm slowly becoming drained myself and trying to fix a person.
What you just said reminds me of something that you posted this past week or maybe last week, and I screenshotted it and I want to share it.
Okay.
Let me find it.
Okay.
It says, I hope this year brings you the love you've always deserved. I hope it brings you people who stay, people who mean what they say, and people whose actions align with their words. I hope it brings you people you'll never need closure from, and people who apologize when they make mistakes. I hope it brings you people who truly see you for who you are, and people who love your heart. Okay, now this is the best part. Above all, I hope this year brings you home to yourself, so that you never abandon yourself to get all of the above. Because that's the most important thing. You can have all that and lose yourself. I mean, what is it worth? Nothing. And when I saw this, I read it like 6 times, and it just, in every single area of my life, I can relate to this, and I feel like you can too. And it was just a beautiful thing to read. So thanks for sharing. I know a lot of people related to that.
Yeah, and I am over here getting teary-eyed and getting chills, which goes to show when I post something, it's because it really spoke to me. And so I definitely love those words. I'm glad you brought that up so I could hear it again. And it's different when you read it and when you hear it out loud, because it's like, I definitely want that for myself this year, and want that for everybody.
And I feel like the fact that we have to name that selfish, like, you have to go to the extreme of naming it selfish just because your heart is for others. You know what I mean?
Maybe we can find a different word.
Nah, for now you need to keep that word until you get a handle on it.
Selfishly self-loving.
Yes. No, but I love that. I love the journey that you're on. It's very beautiful to watch, and it's inspiring, not only to me, but I'm sure to everyone around you and your children. And one thing that I've noticed is that regardless of if I want to or not, as the woman of the house, I set the temperament a lot of times for my home, and how my kids are feeling, how they're behaving, and when I'm getting mad at them. And just like, no, you need to take a second, search for yourself, find yourself, ask yourself, what do you need right now? What do you need so you can spill over and your cup can run over and be the best person for your household? And not that it's only your responsibility. Each person in your house has their own, well, our kids, but they have their own individual responsibility. And I want to be able to teach them that. So,
yeah. Okay, switching gears, something has come up over the past couple weeks. We did have a friend who lost her mom, unfortunately, and it was something that we had to sit back and watch her go through. But not being so close to the situation, and also helping a lot. I just got to have conversations with her about how people are responding to her grief. And so I kind of wanted to talk about that because I know you run the grief share and you've had your fair share of things that you've had to grieve. And so I wanted to kind of touch on that just to help people out, really, not to down anybody about their approach to somebody who's grieving, because ultimately we don't know what to do. And it's more common than not to not know how to respond to somebody who's grieving. But what would you say to somebody who knows somebody who lost someone but just can't really find the words or don't know what to say?
I think above all, if you don't know what to say, it's okay to not say anything.
Agreed.
And I don't mean like don't address it or don't give your condolences, but I mean the extra comments that come along sometimes with when we see a friend hurting or when we don't understand the pain that someone else is going through. Sometimes we pull from our own life and experiences and try to attach a comment or attach an opinion or attach words of encouragement that can often lead to that person's being triggered or to their detriment. And it's okay to just not say anything. Sometimes it's just, I'm sorry, I'm here for you, and just showing up for that person. But yeah, I think that would be my main thing.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. And also, like, I think we need to realize there's nothing we could do or say that's gonna bring that person back. It's nothing that you can do or say to really mend that person's pain. But like you said, just be there for them. But if you don't know what to say, don't just find stuff to say or do. If anything, that's going to add more stress to the person in their situation. But for me, how I handle somebody close to me grieving is just like you said, I'm sorry for your loss. Let me know if you need me to do anything. And then also not like bothering them, but I am more of a doer than a sayer. And so my way of helping is by doing. And also I think it's important to remember that person may not necessarily know what they need.
Most times
so
they
just
don't.
pick up on those kind of context clues. If they mention something that they're lacking, get something for them or send them something. But above all, don't just be out here saying anything or doing anything that you think is going to help. Really pray on it and think about it before you do it.
And I think the reason behind people doing that is because they genuinely, selfishly don't want to see that other person crying. They want to make it better right away. And it's not our jobs to stop people from going through the grief process. And I feel like that the heart of it is most of the time caring and loving. It's not malicious. People aren't just trying to add insult to injury or throw salt in a wound. They care. They just don't know how to care. But I think if people remove their self and what they want for that person out of the equation and really just allow this person to grieve in their own special way through the journey. That's what I've learned through doing the grief share. I host a grief share. Is coming up next month. If you're grieving, we just do a roundtable grief and we talk. And it's not just the grief of losing someone. Sometimes the grief of a relationship. Sometimes it's the grief of where you are at in life and disappointment. So I will give more information on that on Everyday Girls. But I think that we just need to allow people and know that grief is a process that never ends until as long as you're here on earth and something has happened to you, you're going to be going on a grief journey.
Right. It's not the dead that suffers. It's literally the living that suffer. And they also remember that the way that people grieve looks differently. It's not going to look the way that you grieve. So respect that idea as well and tread lightly.
Nail on the head.
Tread lightly.
I don't know what it is about human nature that feels like people are the same. Like oh, that happened to you. That happened to me. This is what I did. And it's not like you can't offer up suggestions and things like that, but kind of wait to be asked or wait to be prompted or wait for opportunity or what I like to call an open door. Sometimes I pray for open doors. And that goes along with not just grief, but like saying something, period. Your opinion is not always warranted. And a lot of times we feel entitled to our opinion, and we are. But I just feel like if you have something to say, especially something that you don't know a person that well, or you're not really attached to the situation, ask for an open door if you really want to say what you have to say. Pray about it and see if it's warranted, because it could damage relationships and it could just make things worse.
The last thing I want to say is just be very mindful of what you do say or what you do, because I feel like that person is always going to remember how you made them feel in that moment.
Yeah.
They might not remember exactly what you said or exactly what you did, but that feeling at such a heightened time in their life, they're always going to remember how you made them feel. So again, tread very lightly.
Yep, just be careful. Handle with care.
Dang, we got deep on them. Let's end with something positive.
Dang, we got deep on them.
Dang, we got deep on
They
them.
like it.
Let's talk about one thing that we want for the other person this year, and to go along with our New Year show thing. I'll go first.
Okay.
This year, for you, as hard as it is to say, I hope you get the hell up out of Chicago.
Woo!
Selfishly, obviously, I don't want that, but I know that it is a huge desire of your heart, and it's hard to think about that happening, but I know how happy you'll be. And so I want you to figure it out, you and Terrence, and go somewhere where you could lay your own roots. Anywhere that's warm, anywhere where you could have your cocktail on the beach, and that can be your everyday life. That's what I wholeheartedly want for you. By the end of this year, I hope that you're gone.
Ooh. You could come.
I could come.
And you finna be gone too, so it ain't that sad.
My mama gonna be like, oh, I'm finding out stuff on the show. My mama been mad that she's been finding out stuff about me on the show. Mom, I don't have any plans to go anywhere as of right now.
My mama know already. I'm out of here. I say it every day.
Okay, what you want from me?
I want for you, I really, 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 I'm not going to look at you. I really, really, really want for you love.
Aww.
I really want, I mean, that sounds, I want a real love, a secure love from a man that adores you and sees you the way that God sees you, and where you can just relax and breathe and just be loved romantically, creatively, wined and dined, fancy schmancy. Like, you're fancy. And I feel like your man is going to know that. And I'm not just saying that generically. I'm saying that because you have so much love to give. And I feel like oftentimes it's misused and abused, not just by, not just romantically, but just by people not, just being people. And you deserve true love, secure.
Well, I received that. Thank you. Thank you, best friend.
And maybe he'll live where I'm moving to, and I can set y'all on a double date.
Oh, man. Okay, well, let's do shout outs.
Okay.
Who do you want to shout out?
I would like to shout out my cousin, Brittany. I love my cousin so much. She's the godmother of my children. All three of them, TJ, Case, and Tula. She's an amazing godmother. She keeps up with them, and I know that she prays for them. She is just one of those people that you want to be around. I'm so proud of the woman that you are and the strength that you possess. I feel like a lot of people may not get to see it all the time, but you are such a beautiful person on the inside and out, and funny and fun, and amazing business owner and hairstylist. She did Marcy's hair.
Yes, she did my hair.
Gave you TBS.
I had TBS so bad. If y'all don't know what that is, it's trying to be seen. The day Brittany did my hair, I thought I looked so great that I hit up all my friends like, well, we on tonight. It was like a random Tuesday night.
Yes, Brittany and Ariel both handing out TBS cards.
Yes.
At the end of the appointments. Shout out to you, Brittany. I love you. We for life, as you know. It's way too many stories I could tell. I'll save them for another time.
We gotta have Brittany on the show.
Yes.
Every time we do a shout out, I'm like, we gotta have them on the show. My shout out is gonna go to my friend Ja. That is my friend who I met through Ariel. Ja is Ariel's wife. I love Ja so much. I just love being in her presence. I feel like it's not something that I could really describe in words how wonderful and great and all the good things that she is, but I just really love her for who she is. She doesn't have to try too hard. She's so smart. She's always, lending an encouraging word and just helping me along in life. And I just hope that she knows how special she is. And I just really appreciate you for who you are. I'm so excited that I can call you friend and do life with you. And you just make everything better. So shout out to you. I love you so much and can't wait to have you on the show.
Ja is funny too. Do we only shout out funny people?
I mean, if you ain't funny, are you worth a shout out?
Are you our friend? If you ain't funny,
no, we only have funny friends.
That's not on purpose. That's just how it is. Ja's one of those people that I feel like you cannot describe her with words. Ja is a feeling.
She is a feeling. She a vibe.
She is.
It's a whole mood.
She is. I'm feeling real Ja right now.
Ja, you are in a league of your own. You are one of one, like I said on your birthday post. So love you so much. Well, we want to hear from you guys. Make sure that you are liking and engaging with the post. Sometimes we hear from people that they want to comment, but then back out for some reason. But we like that. We see every comment.
Yes.
Don't be fake shy. Make sure you go ahead, slide a comment or two. And if you are that shy or you don't want to make public comments, then
DM us. Right.
We like the feedback, okay?
All right, y'all. If y'all have not already, please subscribe to our channel. I was gonna say our little channel, but I'm not gonna say that. I'm gonna speak big. Subscribe to our channel. We are hoping that we can stay connected with all of you, and while we can respond to your comments, comment, like, share, and keep giving us that feedback. Good or good. No bad. No, I'm just playing. We want all the feedback.
Well, thank y'all for joining us on our comeback episode for the new year.
Happy New Year, everybody.
New Year. We'll see you next time.
Everyday girls, where you at? Holla if you hear me. Everyday girls, strike a pose now if you with me. What we gotta say, man.